Okay, so we have some right angle triangles with two sides that we know and one side that we're trying to find out. And that tells us that we're going to use Pythagoras' theorem. Now, Pythagoras' theorem tells us that the square of the hypotenuse is equal to the sum of the square of the other two sides. Or written with algebra, that's a squared equals b squared plus c squared, where a, one on its own, is the hypotenuse. So let me substitute in. I get a squared, so that's 20 squared, equals b squared plus c squared. Now, it doesn't matter which order we do these in. We could do 16 squared plus x squared, or x squared plus 16 squared. I'm going to do the first one. So I want to find x squared, so I want to isolate that. So I need to get rid of 16 squared. So we're going to take away 16 squared from both sides. So we get 20 squared, take away 16 squared, equals x squared. You work that out in your calculator. 20 squared take away 16 squared is 144. So x squared equals 144. So to find x, we need the square root 144. So the square root of 144 is 12. So this side is 12 centimeters long. Here I have a triangle and I'm trying to find PQ, so this length here. Again, Pythagoras' theorem is still the same. A squared equals b squared plus c squared. We're trying to find out one of the shorter sides, not the hypotenuse. So that tells us there's going to be subtraction like on this one over here. So that we need to keep that in our minds as we're going through. So a squared is 125 squared equals b squared. So let's call that 87 squared plus pq squared. So the sum of these two sides squared equals the square of the hypotenuse. And we know it's the hypotenuse because it's opposite the right angle. So that's 125 squared, take away 87 squared, equals pq squared. You work that out in your calculator, you get 125 squared minus 87 squared is 8,056. And that's what p squared is. So to find out pq, we're going to square root pq squared. So square root of pq squared, square root of 8,056, is 89.8. So PQ is 89.8 kilometers.
Okay, Mary, so let's have a look at this one. So solve x plus 2x equals 12. So what do you think you do first?
Okay, well, I want x on its own, so I would put x equals 12 minus 2x.
Okay, so a lot of the time we want to get x by itself, but what we want to do first is get all of these x's together. So can you see anything we can do with this? Get all these together in one place.
Oh, okay, it's 3x, isn't it?
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
3x equals 12. Oh, and so x equals 4.
Brilliant, spot on, well done.